You are dying, which is not... Jen.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Stranger, consider yourself lucky that I've been ordered to not open fire unless fired upon. I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Beatful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty in his estimation. Indeed. Once this was the accepted order in which we handled matters. Now, well, any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. You actually believe you can contend with him. You are mistaken. He'll cut you up gleefully, then issue you demerits for bleeding on the floor. And you also have no business at the relay, as far as I can surmise. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
If minimizing collateral damage remains a mission goal, seeking an alternate means of passage may be preferable to surrendering an individual to the Protectorate.
I commend you for your eager interest. I seek two traders in particular. First is Ida Rutledge, a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were... oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any subject would. But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. The second traitor I seek is Charlton Weintraut of Westport. He is, unfortunately, my cousin, and most assuredly a disgrace to our line. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear?
Hanging has been an effective means of execution dating back centuries. Its purpose is to administer pain and fear before expiration.
Your humor leaves much to be desired. But so long as you deliver what I seek, I will resist opening fire in retribution. Now go. Remember, once I have both traitors apprehended, you may cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell.
Error. Currently unable to access customary greeting bank due to routine internal maintenance. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Mass quantities of organic decomposition detected. Area may be hazardous to living life forms. Proceed with caution. And fortified. Standing by with life support.
No, Jackson, don't!
Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly.
Don't die on me, Jackson! You're too young to be a crater in the dirt! Jackson! 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 Twitch your broken leg, you can hear me, Jackson! Jackson? Pal? Are you breathing? Say something! Don't you die on me, Jackson! You're too young to be a crater in the dirt! Jackson! 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 Twitch your broken legs if you can hear me, Jackson! Jackson? Pal? Are you breathing? Hey! Oh, law, I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? He thought those boots would make him fly, but they really just allowed the user to jump repeatedly. Unless their downward velocity is too great. If so, well, you see what happens. Dying, actually. Dying in a fairly slow, agonizing manner. We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears. That's right. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough. I can't fathom no sensible motive why she'd jump.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our 2 former cohorts.
Exactly! Because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We'd not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they can give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault.
Plus, you'll have the advantage of practicing with them on solid ground, rather than up in the blue. Should give better habituation than poor Jackson. Thank the Sovereign... thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life utterly absent of starvation.
Huh? A lot of fresh blood in the talent pool around here with these protectorate defectors. Not sure how I feel about that.
Sequencing attack strategy.
I see you have not brought my cousin to heal. Have you at least seen about Ida? What? How do you know this? Keen as I am to entertain this, am I expected to take traitors and corporatists at their word? Let me see that. Yes. Yes! This does appear to be hers. This is excellent news. I had heard reports of the Harvester being incapacitated and its workers stranded. To think it was our dear Ida's handiwork. Oh, she shall be honored. Should Montelli deign to interrogate me for my associations, I'll be certain to inform him of her patriotism. This displeases me. Sabotage is only as good as the further suffering inflicted once its victims know the truth. Though I suppose a minor inconvenience is also acceptable. I am thankful for the report. Now I just require my fool of a cousin in hand. Be on your way.
Engaging combat protocols.
Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around.
Careful of friendly
Know that
fire
Monty's
if you head down past the
liable
farm.
for a raptidon-based
Last time we
injuries when
wandered
there's a war
past, they
on.
opened 472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves full of holes.
Scout, report.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir.
Excellent. At ease, Scout. Glad to hear that they haven't managed to repair it, even if Command has temporarily subpoenaed it.
What do you mean you're leaving?
Shift over. I have a life outside this place, you know.
All inhabitants are declared treasonous.
Be advised. Physiological cues indicate acute cantankerousness in nearby armed guards. A stealthy approach is suggested.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order.
Huh.
Because
Well,
the matriarch curse
at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile. Do hate to come off impolite, If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confabulate. Apologies, but I don't believe I should be discussing such matters with you without permission. Once you report to the Vigilant, I'd be happy to speak freely. Word to the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
Simply saying I'd rest easier if he'd been assigned to it. Originally, that generator goes, this town's finished.
Prudence dictates. We cherish all we have and defend it.
Recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent
Well, it's infected.
This is all going perfectly according to the paradigm, I guess. I just can't wait for it to be going more perfectly again.
You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. All right. Well, don't let me keep you. Hello again. Here to help? Or just being friendly? You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. All right. Well, don't let me keep you.
Greetings.
Our enemies envy our prosperity.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and...
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the Vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly...
Farewell now.
The matriarch working with and through the sovereign. Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant.
You've returned.
My body is covered in burns acquired in battle during the attack. Imperfect thoughts sure can be invasive.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
Stranger?
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all times.
Outsider?
Welcome back.
Atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological
Well,
network.
look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind. Where were we? Ah, yes. I had mentioned our need for automech parts. We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
Even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons, or
Why, we're traders, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
but prudence dictates we give it a little extra.
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants...
What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
Sabotage and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
Led to terrible suffering. Poor
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south, but do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here. Farewell now.
Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
Literally everything I
Almost missed the routine. Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh? Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport. I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same, if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which are a fair amount more complex. It's just... subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I am happy to help the system abide any way I am able.
The base individualists within Auntie's choice. Though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all...
Still going on about sending a message, is she? Despite what she thinks, you'll find no traitors here. We're just trying to survive best we can. Experiencing failure in the midst of catastrophe does not a traitor make.
For now, just to offset any
Now that you mention it, he has been acting rather funny as of late. Always looking over his shoulder and such. We're off toward Fairfield with a gleam in his eye. Quite frankly, wouldn't be surprised if you might find something untoward in that abode of his. But you didn't hear it from me. Anyhow, you still haven't answered my question. Checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet? Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport. I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same, if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which are a fair amount more complex. It's just... subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I am happy to help the system abide any way I am able. I think he's bearing up admirably given recent events. Which, of course, are completely fine, and we are all in no way concerned about. The system being resilient and all. Hogarth's reliable as the Arcadian sun. I mean, I know it'll burn out in about 12 billion years and all, but considering our meager lifespan, that's plenty dependable enough for me. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides. Well, mechs do all the heavy work for us in the Protectorate. Just like each of us, each type of mech has their assigned specialty. Takes a little doing, but you can readjust them. A combat mech can be reconfigured to oversee comestible distribution, for instance. Or mine or harvest crops. All you need is the know-how to retool their subroutines. And the right parts. Plenty of parts. Granted, reprogrammed mechs are never as efficient as those specially made for a role, but they get by, eventually, after a fashion. Much to do, truly. Toughest challenge now is upkeep of key apparatus. If that generator goes, for instance, doubt I have means to fix it. We lose power to charge our mechs, this place is done for. Final nail in the coffin, or similarly minded metaphor of your choosing. Not that the paradigm would allow that, of course. Curativist Row is a fine sword, pillar of our community. Might impatient, sure, but with how busy she is, we'd all do well to respect her time. Watch out for that Weintraut fellow. Talk your ear off if you let him. Kinda lonesome, but doesn't let anybody in his place for some reason. Even before the flooding. Everybody else? Decent enough, I guess. Outsider.
Hard to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. Prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset
astray? Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant
Health benefits available at your request. Standing by with life support. Unit advises heal now.
I was sad for a moment because my house got
disruption.
Glad the wireless told me that I'm happy and everything's splendid. I was tempted to feel sad after the ocean flooded my house.
Appropriate zeal for their assigned work. Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform
Outsider.
that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Sequencing attack strategies. Syringes primed. To assist with agents' health needs. Emergency protocols ready.
Material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Look who's back. Do me a favor. Keep out from underfoot. And away from that generator. Need it running to power our mechs. Anyhow, what do you need?
The pleasant atmosphere and rich natural
How
resources.
empty are the lives of empty subjects that they need to rely on consumers?
Outsider?
Know how invasive
Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind.
ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualist
Farewell now.
Auntie's choice. So don't fret. The system is
Everything, literally everything I own is underwater. Trust the plan. Preserve
Prudence
said progress.
dictates.
Sustain
We
the
cherish
system,
all we have
serve
and
the
defend
sovereign.
it.
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Look who's back. Why, hello. Whatever can I do you for?
We are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and
Outsider.
indoctrinatory falsity. Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.